Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Chaos Child, and we are going to hopefully start Kurusu's route or ending today. She only has one. If I remember from last time I was reading the thing, she only has I say positive ending, but I don't think it's a positive ending. It's the true ending for her. There was no bad ending. It got cut. But I'm pretty sure there's videos out there if you want to see that. Go Google it or find it. So I think this is the save. Look, this is the point. In this, we are supposed to get all positive delusions, and as well as any additional delusions, except for these two in chapter 3. So now, this one we're supposed to do negative. I'm pretty sure this is where I saved to do the with Artemura when we were going down her route and we were doing all positive. I'm pretty sure that's where I saved. We'll find out if it's the wrong way. Yeah, so what's really annoying is this, like the one guy, like the crappy one, remember that was doing like do all negative. No, this and the delusion triggers, it's like, okay, it tells you in chapter 1, blah, 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 and then chapter 4, do everything positive. It doesn't say anything about these two being negative. It does not fucking tell you. And it's like, don't tell me, do all these positive. Well, what I do for the other ones, I'm supposed to just assume I do them negative? Like, this guide is really fucking shit. It's really crap, which is why we have 2, because... But the Steam guide is also kind of crap, because it's like, here's how to do this positive ending, and then here's a list of all the bad endings. I like the other guide because it's like, here's all the endings for this character. That's what I want. And then the other, but it's like, so you gotta use both of them, and it's kind of a pain in the fucking ass. I don't really want to use 2 different guides, and that tells you if your guides that suck that much that I need to use 2 different ones to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, you both kind of suck. But, at the same time, I'm happy that someone wrote a guide, even if I need 6 of them to figure out what the fuck is going on. Where you're sleeping in the club room, we have to do this one negative as well. So this is the one where everyone's giggling and then Ito gropes us. We only act like it's negative, but we secretly like it. That's just why we freaked out. We're like, oh, God, oh. I was really excited by that. We just didn't want to admit it. That's all. I'm sorry. That's the true ending. No, he's still gonna kill Yui. Probably. Completing all other endings, an option to begin the true ending will be made on the title screen. Okay, that's for the true ending, obviously, not for this one. But, and then this one, it doesn't matter what we do. We have a delusion trigger. Okay, wait, no, hold on. We know in chapter 9, so we're going to be skipping a lot at this point, but we have to do all positive delusions after this. But at least chapters 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Holy fucking shit, we gotta skip through half the fucking game. Don't you wish we could just, like, skip to end? Because having to skip through this whole fucking thing is kind of a pain in the ass. But, anyway. Oh, right. Okay. All right. I was like in chapter 9, so that's where we split, but that's where Sarika and Kurusu are fighting, and we go up, and in the original ending, she was dead. In this one, we go up, and she'll actually be alive. Oh, cool. Okay. Delusion triggers don't affect the outcome of her route. You're free to find out more about that. Well, I mean, like, does she have delusions in her route, I guess? So we should, like, save if we get to them. This way we can just go back and do them afterward and see the other delusions. You know what I mean? We'll save it the first one if we get one. Oh, fuck. What was this one? They had special powers, right? Oh, right. Yeah, because this is where we get stabbed if we choose the wrong one. I fucking hate when we have to do all this freaking shit, because I don't... Such a pain in the ass. Can you just be like, oh, you've already done this and I don't have to do it again? Because I don't want to do it again. Holy fucking shit. Oh, we have to choose positive. Right. We haven't gotten there yet. Hold on. Okay. That was chapter 4. Chapter 7, we still have some freaking shit to do. Ugh, fucking mapping triggers. All right, was that the one where we fantasized that she was naked? I don't know, I was looking down at the guide. I wasn't paying attention, sorry. Everything else goes positive. Except for the ones where apparently... Oh, right, and then we're gonna do the skirt lifty thing, because, you know, sure. Sure. A lot of skipping. But, think of it this way. This is the last time... Well, okay, it's not really the last. I was like, this is the last time we're gonna have... It's the last time we have to skip. It's not the last time we're going to. Because she only has one ending, but if you want to see the other delusion... If she has delusions in her route, and we just do them all positive, we go back... and we just do them all negative just to see what they are. We'll have to skip then. But, like, that's it. Because the true ending, we shouldn't have to fucking skip any more shit. All I'm saying. So, like, technically this is the last time we have to skip. And it might be the actual last time we skip if she doesn't have triggers in her route. Because it's kind of stupid for her to have delusion triggers in her route. But then again, I mean, they did the whole game and then they were like, let's cut her bad ending. Why? Why not just leave it in? What the fuck? What was the point of that? I don't know. Like, what's the point of cutting it? You could have cut some of Yamazoe's bad endings. She had 4. Why would you cut Kurusu's only 1 bad ending? I don't know. Oh, there's something in my eye. Anyway. So, yep, we're in the underground lab. We're freaking out. We're remembering all this shit. Yada yada. Ah, no! Not the Sumo Stinger one! Ah, the Rorschach, yes. Now we have a delusion that are having our brains cut out. Which maybe is the truth. Who knows? Maybe we're Senri Minamisawa and Takuru Miyashiro is just a figment of our imagination. I mean, she's in the fucking, like, title sequence. Like, when you watch the, like, intro song, like, the theme song and everything like that, she's fucking there. So, like, why? She's either gonna come out and show up in Kurusu's route or she's in the true ending somewhere. I'm just saying, why is she there? Like, why is she there? Like, it's kind of, I feel like it's spoilery or it's weird if she's not in the game at all. It's spoilery if she is in the game, because then you're like, well, I kind of saw her in the title thing, so I expected it somewhere. And then it's weird as shit if she's not in the game at all, but they show her in the title thing, because it's not like you have flashback memories. You know, you see that picture of her, and then you see Riko, which you think is her, but, like, you don't actually see her character. It's not like, oh, you're talking to Kurusu, and she's remembering, and then they show her, okay, she has a sprite, so... Sorta, but also not really. She's just a memory. So why the fuck is she in the title sequence? That's all I'm just saying. It's fucking weird. But anyway. So. Ah, la 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 la. Lots of skipping. This is fun. This whole route is just gonna be skipping. Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, la la la, we're skipping around. I don't know, I'm just... Okay, now we're having a meeting, we're gonna see the die sword. She's just standing there, everyone's like, what's she doing? I don't understand. Sarika's like... got the best fucking poker face. Best fucking poker face. Ever. And she's like, huh? What's going on? And meanwhile, she sees the fucking sword, and she's like, I'm gonna have to kill this bitch, aren't I? Probably. Whatever. It's fine. Only 3 more chapters to skip through. But hey, let's be real. If we had to skip from the very beginning of the game, we'd still be skipping through Chapter 1 right now, because Chapter 1 took like an hour. Chapters 1, 2, and 3 take longer to skip through than the rest of the entire fucking game. I'm pretty sure we could skip through Chapter 4 through 11, skip through the entire thing, including the ending, and it would still take less time than skipping through Chapter 1. Because they were just long chapters, man. Like, we started toward the end of Chapter 3. Because even Chapter 3 was long, but... Because I remember when we first started, I'm like, there's 11 chapters. We're still only in chapter 1, and it's been 30 hours. 90% of the game is... And then the rest of it, you're like, oh, we did like 3 chapters in a... Not really, but you know what I'm saying. They just went fast. Look, we have nothing to talk about right now, so... So, how are you? How's your day? It's November, right? How's your November? Yeah, it's going good. I wonder how my November's going. I wonder if I've gone back to work yet. Because as I'm recording this, we haven't. We're supposed to in October. We were supposed to in September, and then they pushed it to October, but everyone's been taking bets on, like, when do they think they're going to push it and be like, we're not going back till next year? Which is, like, awesome, but also, like, because, like, I have, like, a nice, spooky Halloween wardrobe, and I'd like to actually be able to wear it. And I'm already at the point where I have so many days that I haven't taken off that I can take off, like, fucking almost every Monday, probably. Maybe taking off every other Monday. So that limits the amount of in-office time. Normally I would take Fridays, but if you work from home on Friday, why the fuck would I take that off when I could take off on Monday and then not have to go into the office? Ding! Genius. It's a Monday right now when I have it off. It's like a second Sunday. The only thing that's nice about taking Friday off is then Thursday is like your Friday, and then you're like, yeah, ready for the weekend! And then like Monday taking it off, you're like, well, Sunday I'm already thinking that I just have to sit here and be sad that I have to go to work tomorrow. And then you have to try to switch your mentality that like Sunday is your second Saturday, you know? And then Monday is now your Sunday. And that's harder to do than being like, Thursday is my new Friday. Like, you know what I mean? That's easy to do, but I did this because then I don't have to go into the office if I take a Monday off. Like right now we're working from home, but like I gotta train myself to do this so I'm not wasting my work from home days. And also Fridays is like, everybody takes Fridays off, so like no one's ever around. You're just like, okay, I can just do whatever, and it's like pretty chillax. It's not like Mondays. Mondays are way more stressful than a Friday, so I'm like, I'd rather work from home on a Friday, you know, than go into the office on a Monday. But that means since we only work 3 days a week in the office, that's limiting the amount of days I'm in the office anyway. And then I'm taking every other Monday off, or multiple Mondays in October, so I might have like 10 days where I'm in the office in October, and I have more than 10 outfits for Halloween, surprisingly. Yeah. So you're like, huh. Like, I mean, well, I mean, maybe not. I mean, I have a couple of skirts that could be, hold on. Don't look at me case, right? This is this one. That's this one. That's that one. And then this one was able to become famous. And that one's this one. And then this is the pyrokinetic. Do we do that now or later? Oh, probably later. Good Lord. Yeah, so then I'm like, well, I guess I'm wearing my spooky wardrobe in November, which is going to have to just deal. I mean, technically you can wear your spooky wardrobe in September if it's like fall things, you know, but I'm not going into the office. But then if we don't go in the office till next year, you're like, sweet! But then it's like, then it'd be almost like 2 years working from home. That's fucking weird. That is fucking weird. I already have a hard enough time processing that, like, last year never happened, really. Because I think about it, I find things and I'm like, but if I bought this last year and I didn't wear it... Oh, right, no, last year was 2020 and I wasn't in the office at all. Huh. Weird. I don't know why I keep hitting that instead of, like, clicking the skip. I don't know, whatever. But, yeah. So, like, there's a part of me that wants to go back because I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to go back because I want to be able to wear my, like, Halloween wardrobe. But then there's another part of me that doesn't want to go back because it's like, you know, like, I want to, like, but then next year, like, because I'm trying to lose weight. And it's like so far where I've gotten rid of my COVID weight. It only took like 5 months. But, you know, then like next year my Halloween clothes might not fit and then that would be sad. Like, and I know you could just wear them at home, but like, why would I dress up when I'm at home? And also, like, my bird wipes food all over me. I'm not gonna ruin my good clothes. You know what I mean? So, like, I like how Serica's super happy about the skirts flying up, but this one's kind of a pain in the ass just because there's so many fucking triggers that you have to do. This chapter's a pain in the ass. Legit a pain in the ass. With the 7,000, it's like delusion. Oh my god! We've seen Carduce's underwear way too many times to make it out alive in her route, is all I'm saying. Boop-boo-doo. Well, like 15 minutes worth of skipping kind of sucks, but like we might start her route by the end of this hour. We're in chapter 7. We only have like 1.5 more chapters to skip through, really, so. Right? Hey, at least in this one, we're actually working, because everything else split, like, mostly in chapter 7. I mean, chapter 6. So we never started working on our power, and, like, this one, at least we're doing that, so. Good for us, because every other one we were kind of useless. We were literally, like... We're like every girl in every Otome game. We're like, I need the man to rescue me. And this we're like, I need the woman to rescue me. Wait, what the fuck? I can never be a strong, independent character, can I? Nope. Always got to rely on everybody else. Like, you know what it is? I just want someone else to pay my bills or some shit. Like, I don't want to have to do things anymore. Can somebody else adult for me so I can just rely on them to do it? I don't want to do it. Speaking of, I still have to get my windshield replaced. Fuck. Because it's just one of those, I gotta call. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. It's been months. It's been like 5 months. But I gotta do it because I gotta get my car inspected in September. So it's not gonna pass inspection with the windshield, so I gotta get the windshield fixed. So, like, eh. Well, then but it's like, you gotta call and do a million things. I, like, gotta call the insurance company and be like, okay, so, like, if the windshield's more than $500, fine, then I pay my $500 deductible and they replace the windshield. But if it costs less than that, then I'm not gonna pay the insurance company $500 for a $200 fucking repair. That's stupid! So I might as well just do it without going through the insurance company, right? So it's like, I don't know. But I have to call and make sure and then be like, also, like, okay, so if I call them, if I do get somebody to come out and do the windshield, and then it's, and they, like, because maybe they can fill, one's like a nice bubble crack, so I don't know if they could just fill it. Like, you know what I mean? I've had windshields that had to be replaced, and I've had other ones where they just fill the cracks, so I don't know. But, like, if they just fill it, it shouldn't be that expensive. If they replace the whole windshield, it could be a couple $100. So, but, like, it's one of those, like, so I call, and then I'm like, okay, so if they come out, and then they do it, and it's under $500, I'll just pay them outright, that's fine. But what happens if it's over that amount and do I have them call you? Do I get the thing? And then I thought, like, what do I do? Like, because I don't know. It's been like 100 years since I had my windshields replaced. And I'm pretty sure the last time I was living with my parents, one time I was in high school, so I'm pretty sure my parents dealt with it because it was under their insurance and it was technically their car. You know what I mean? And then another time after that, I might have been... I mean, I was living with my parents both times. I think my parents... No, maybe that was... I don't know. Did I... Maybe I only had one replaced. I'm trying to think of which car it was. Was it my car in high school? Or was it, like, later on? But it might have been at the time the car was still in my parents' name because they bought it for me, like, in college. So, like, it might have been in their name still? Like, maybe I hadn't registered it. Maybe we hadn't transferred the ownership to me, so that's why they had to do it. But, like, I didn't do it. I didn't. My parents called and, like, had it replaced and everything. Like, I don't know. It's been, like, 20 fucking years. Like, oh, fuck if I know. Other people adult for me. I don't want to do it for myself. That makes me sound so bad. I mean, I file my own taxes and shit. I just... Thank God I don't have to file a lot of, like, insurance claims. Knock on wood. Hopefully I never have to anymore. But, like... Plus, normally you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go through insurance. It's a deductible, whatever, if it's like a repair. But like, this is one of those weird situations where you're like, who the I don't fucking know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, so. Oh my god, there's a mapping trigger in chapter 9. Oh, at least we're in chapter 8, so. Woo, anyway, so, you know, whatever. It is what it is. It's just the back and forth. It'll be so much easier to just call and be like, okay, yeah, come out, fix my windshield. And then they're like, it's this amount. Okay, cool. It's over that. Go through my insurance company. And then like just do one instead of having to be like, I'm going to call you and then I'm going to call them and then I'm going to go back and then go back and forth. Like, that's a pain in the ass. I just want shit to be easy. Like, you know. And I just need to call my insurance company and be like, so this is the deal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure that like, if I call the glass place and they come out and they're like, whatever, like, okay, and then they can file it through my insurance company because like, I'm not going to pay them and then go to my insurance company to get the money back. Like, that's not how it works. So it really just depends on what they, I guess, cost is going to be, but so. But it's at least going to be $500. It's probably going to be like $500 at the max. So it's like, ugh. Because I live in a stupid state where that's not covered. I mean, it is covered by your insurance, but you have to pay your deductible, which is stupid, so. If they just fill the holes, it shouldn't be that. I'm really kind of hoping they can. Like, one of them they can't. Like, one of them you wouldn't even notice when my car gets inspected because it's behind the, like, rearview mirror. You'd never even know it was there. I mean, if you lean forward and look, you can see it, but, like, the other one's just, like, your line of sight, but, like, lower. But that's the bubble crack, so I don't know if they can fill that. You know what I mean? It really depends. It's just annoying, but hey, I got 2 cracks on the same fucking road trip, so literally within like 30 minutes of each other. What the fuck is that? And then on the way home, I almost got killed by a boat. So like, it was just a great fucking trip. This is why I don't like driving, okay? Like, other people on the road scare me, and they fling up rocks and shit my fucking car. Or their boat flies out of control and almost murders me. Okay, so now we're in chapter 9. And we're gonna get on the roof, and when we get there, hopefully Kurisu's not dead. Because otherwise we did something wrong, and then we just skipped for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna rage quit. Because, like, skipping is boring. You just hear about stupid shit in my life. Do we care? Does anybody care? Whatever. This is one of those things where, like, you're like, okay, we're skipping through the route. Just, like... Watabe's mind control... Okay, yeah, that's that. What do you mean? Park in City. Drive us to the pyrokinetic. And then we go the middle one. Connection between the stickers and the case. We might... Okay, maybe that's later. Okay. There's our die sword. Cool. Alright. This is all stuff. We haven't seen this in a long time. Right? Kurisu's sleeping. She's doing investigative stuff. She's like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I fell asleep. I don't know. I was doing stuff. And hey! You know, you have been good all day until right now. Stop it! What is your fucking problem? You literally have been good until right this second. Kurisu ID card. Tried to terrify me. That was... And then, which of these people I don't suspect? Oh. Didn't I suspect? Okay. We select Kazuki, Yamazoe, Kunasato, Shinjo, whoops, and Kawahara. And you know what the funny thing is about that? Like, there were only 3 people who could have done it. Kurisu, Onoe, and me. And yet Wakui is guilty as fuck. Didn't I? I mean, I said from the very beginning he was shady as shit. Okay, so should be it. And then we get into her route. Hopefully. Okay, so there... We go to the stairs of the roof. Bloodstains on the grass. We're heading toward it. And Nono should be fine, and that's how we know we're in her route. So... We're like, wait. Go to the roof. No, we're not there yet. Okay, never mind. And if we get to chapter 10, we know we fucked up somewhere, and I'm gonna cry. Because then that just wasted like 30 minutes. Like Onimura's route. Everyone else is like relatively easy because they don't skip as long. This one's long because we're skipping through half the game. You're skipping more of the game than not. You know what I mean? Well, that's not true. Chapters 1, 2 are really long, but still. Okay, so here they are. They're fighting. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Moment of truth is fast approaching. Okay, here we go. Well, I guess we did it right because we stopped. I stare in shock at what I saw beneath the moonlight. I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. We're like, you bitch! No forgiveness for lying to me this whole time. Kurusu was panting heavily, her face twisted in pain and holding a tall dye sword in her hands. That is not a dye sword. That is like a dye claw. Okay, I'm just saying. It's weird. She's got it like a glove. There was red liquid splattered all around on the rooftop. Did she kill Sarika? It was probably her blood. Nope, she's not dead yet. Sarika was attacking her with a dye sword of her own. I never seen Sarika look like that before. I think the most part that we're like, wait a minute. Both of these bitches are psychics and they were fucking lying? And I thought I was special, but everybody is special in this game, which means nobody is special. And existential crisis moment for us. I mean, seriously. Everyone's a fucking psychic except for Ito. Like, basically. Kurusu was just barely keeping up. I had no idea why she had a dye sword, but the design of the sword itself is a combination of blade and shield. It was just barely keeping her alive. We need to help her. Kurusu! Oh, no, wait!
Takeru? Why did you come here? Run! Hurry!
What the hell are you doing? What? Why do you have a dye sword? Kurusu looked at her dye sword, then at my face, and then down at her feet.
So, you didn't tell Miyashiro yet, huh? You fake! Maybe I'll tell him myself then. Oh, no, wait!
Claws. Kurusu struck without warning. She was a different person than I'd ever seen before. The thing that I'm curious about in her route is I just want to know what her power is. It's kind of cool. The two twisted blades collided with the sound of metal screeching against metal. Both refused to back down. They're kind of fighting over your love, which is kind of weird. Kurusu's fighting for her baby boy. I mean, her brother. I mean, whatever. She's like her mom fighting, and then, like, Sarika is like, the bitch that's not gonna steal my son from me.
I always did think you were annoying, but even your dye sword is obnoxious. What about you? Your dye sword looks like it's got problems of its own, huh?
Ladies.
I know I can't beat you. My power is different, and your mind reading is telling you everything I think.
That is a problem with that, huh?
But did you notice? Your dye sword is feeding me back your own thoughts. What? That's right. I can tell what you're thinking.
Sarika didn't seem to have realized this because she pulled away her dye sword in shock. As she did, she jumped backward. But that's impossible! Until now, she'd been completely expressionless, like a crazy murderer. For the first time, I saw doubt in her eyes. My dice sword reads my own thoughts and shares them?
So now I know all about you, too. Now we're even.
All right, are we gonna have to have the conversation that Serica's a figment of my imagination again?
So, what'll you do? You want to kill me, right? So come do it! Kill me right in front of Takuru. That's what he wants, right? If it is, I'll gladly let you kill me.
Kurusu? What did she say? It was what I wanted? I wanted her to kill Kurusu. What the hell did that mean?
You can read Takuru's mind, can't you? If he really wants you to kill me, then do it.
No, see, you had to die so that I could have, like, the noble moment of, like, I need to go stop the person who killed my sister mom. / maybe I'm in love with her. I don't really know. It's a weird, complicated thing, and I probably need a lot of therapy for it. But, you know, we needed you to die so we could find our greatness. That's how it works, right? In anime and movies and shit like that. Like, I never knew how great I was until you were murdered in front of me. Stop. Drama queen, you know?
What's wrong? You're not gonna do it?
Kurusu held her dice sword in one hand and spread the other out to the side, as if to demonstrate how vulnerable she was. But Serica didn't attack her.
Serica, what you're thinking doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense? Why not?
You think that you exist to give Takuru something he wants to do and help him achieve it.
What? Serica gives me something I want to do? That's why she exists? What the hell was going on here? It didn't make sense. The two of them kept glaring at each other, ignoring me. I'm the special one, pay attention to me.
But do you think this is what Takuru wants? Do you think he wanted Ito, his best friend, to kill Yui, his little sister? Do you really think that's what Takuru wants?
I had to make the game more exciting.
Then kill me too. That'll make him happier, right?
You! Kurusu had lowered her weapon, completely exposing herself. Serica raised her own. Stop! Oh no, wait! Takuru Miyashiro! That's not what I want! What? I don't want to do that, and I don't want you to do it either! I finally knew now. I finally knew what was important to me. What I really wanted was... Serica swung her die sword up high as if driven by some unforeseen force. I really want Serica to stab herself. Is that what happened? No!
No, Takuru!
I tried to leap between them, but Kurusu's voice interrupted me.
Stay back. Let me talk to Serica right now. Let the girls handle this, Jesus.
But...
Please, Takuru.
Her voice was calm, but there was no room for disagreement. I hesitated a moment and then stopped. But I was ready to jump in at any moment if I needed to. Kurusu turned towards Serica once more and continued. Serica was still holding her die sword above her head, but she was pale and unmoving.
Serica, you can read other people's hearts, but you don't understand your own at all, do you?
What?
At first, you started the game for Takuru's sake, but at some point your goal changed. It stopped being a game for Takuru and started being a game for you.
A game? For me?
Can't you tell? The more times you spent with Takuru, the more you started to think that you were the only one who could support him. You needed to be the only person that he could trust, didn't you?
No, I... Look at how big her fucking sword is. It's like a giant... It's like half of a pair of scissors.
You were jealous and angry at everything he trusted. His family, his best friend. You saw them as threats. And then you started hating me for turning him into someone who cared about his friends and family.
Shut up!
I know all about your lies and your feelings, because you're...
Shut up!
Serica, you might have been a puppet once, but now you're...
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Serica!
What the hell do you know? Lies? What lies? What have I ever said that's a lie? Everything that's come out of your mouth, basically, but something was wrong with the way she was talking. It was a mix between the Serica I knew and one I didn't. And what gives you the right to talk about anyone else anyway? Which of us is the liar? You? You're the liar! You're both kind of liars, to be honest.
Hi, you gonna chirp nice now? Yeah? Gonna chirp nice and be pretty? You almost came over here, but you made the beeline, you turned around. Hi! You wanna come over? Come here, we're over here. Come on, little birdie. We're not that far away. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. Hey, I was being nice. Yeah, that's better. Come on. Come on, tiny Terratops. Come on. You're being so much I know, you want to come over and play. I'm going to sit right here. And you can fly over here. I got another shoulder right for you. Come on. Just be good birdie.
Kurusu froze for a moment when Serica called her a liar. Serica must have thought she finally had the upper hand again because she smiled.
You went pale just like you did before, huh? You really don't want Taku to know, do you, liar?
Liar? Come to think of it, Serica had said before that there was something Kurusu wasn't telling me. I mean, obviously she has Gigalomaniac powers. She's Senri Minamisawa. No, Kurusu had told me that herself, too. Yeah, but...
Someday, I'm going to tell you all the things that I can't say. It may make you hate me again, but I don't care. When that happens, will you let me say everything I need to?
What was going on? I know, right? What were Serica and Kurusu saying?
I know all about it. You're a failure, a liar, and... Don't. A fake!
So Serica!
No!
What are you doing? Why are you throwing all the food? Kurusu's hand flew forward. Her blade sliced out towards Serica in a circle, ripping through the air as it moved. It must have been an unconscious movement, so fast that there wasn't even time to read her mind. And Serica hadn't expected her to stop talking and attack, so her response was a little slow. But she still managed to block it at the last minute.
Okay, you're all ready to kill me, huh? I like that, Nan.
The Dai Swords collided again. Their silver silhouettes scorched the atmosphere around them. The blades bit into one another in a rush of feints and parries. A scent like ozone stung my nostrils.
Ozone. Chemical formula O3. This molecule is created in the ozone layer and consists of 3 oxygen atoms. It has a strong, unique scent. The second strongest oxidizer after fluorine. It's used as deodorizer, decolorant, and disinfectant. In the stratosphere, its effect is weakened by ultraviolet radiation, but nearer the Earth's surface, it can cause atmospheric pollution.
I'd lost my chance to stop the two of them, and all I could do was watch them fight. Yeah, but you could just be like, they're fighting over me, though. I mean, sorta. Why? What was going on here?
Come on, what's wrong? Done already? Let's play some more.
Her voice is not right anymore, but like, whatever. Kurusu had been the one to start this fight, but she seemed unable to hide her shock at having done so. Serica, meanwhile, was showing no signs of fear or resistance at all. Her strikes were calm and precise. And in this battle, that was what made the fatal difference. Oh no.
Oh, right. You always were terrible at sports, weren't you?
Serica laughed and pulled her blade away. It was an obvious trap. No, Kurusu! Kurusu attacked, falling for the obvious trap. Serica smiled and moved just a little, and waited for the sword to go by. Kurusu had stepped too far forward and failed to strike her target. She lost her balance. Her body was wide open to the threat in front of her.
We've known each other for a long time, but it's over now. Bye-bye, Non.
A cold, cruel voice and a single strike from above. A waterfall of light appeared in midair, coming right down on top of Kurusu's skull. It was a simple attack, but clearly a fatal one. No! My body finally slipped away from my mind and moved, but my hand was too far away. I wasn't going to make it in time. I was going to say, your dice or I could show the fuck up, maybe, but then my hand grabbed onto something. What? It was a dice sword, gleaming dull gray in the moonlight. Ah! Nice. It's a cool CG. Like it. I grabbed the weapon from the rift between dimensions and swung it up as hard as I could to block the strike above Kurusu's head.
Takuru!
I put more strength into it and knocked Serika's sword away. It was a dice sword. I could feel it in my hands. A cursed blade, something I had created that existed only for me.
Why, Taku?
Serika stopped attacking and looked like she was about to cry. Her voice was weak. You already know that this isn't what I want, jackass. But it was the voice of the girl I'd known since I was little.
Why are you picking Non? Not me, when I've been with you for so long.
Oh, no way?
Why? Tell me, Taku! Is this the world you wanted?
Serika was mumbling to herself like a patient with severe heat stroke. Oh, no, wait, listen to me.
No! I don't want to!
Oh, no way!
No! I don't want to hear it! Serika!
Serika turned around and vanished into the darkness before either of us could say another word. I didn't know what was going on anymore. Yui was dead, Ito had killed her, and Serika and Kurusu had just been trying to kill each other with swords. Why Serika? And why did Kurusu have a dai sword? Was she a psychic too? And Serika, obviously, you know. Kurusu? Kurusu suddenly looked at me in terror. What happened? What's going on here? Will you tell me, please? Kurusu slowly closed her eyes and then nodded.
Hi, little bird on the patio. What you doing, little bird outside?
When I'd finished hearing the truth from her, I looked out at the sky in silent shock. But we don't know what the truth is! I felt helpless, like the ground beneath me had crumbled and I was falling into hell. The strength left my body and I fell to my knees on the hard concrete, unless we hear the truth about Serika, you know. Kurusu had told me everything. She gave me just the objective facts without adding any of her own opinions in. She told me the truth behind the return of the new generation madness, which we already know. It was unbelievable. Serika Onoe was behind it all. And all of it was being done for my sake. Just like the ridiculous theory I'd come up with, it was a game and I was the player. I can't believe it.
Takuru.
But she doesn't know that our dad's behind it. We don't know that either. I mean, that can't be true, right? Why would Onoe do that? How would she be capable of it? She was always with me. She was there whenever I wanted her to be. But
I told you, that's exactly why.
Kurusu spoke. Her face was filled with sorrow.
She was always with you. That's why she did it for you.
For me? Serika had committed all those murders for me. She'd killed all those people, and for me. She'd killed Yui for me. For me.
I understand that it's hard to believe, and I know you don't want to believe it. Neither did I. But it's true.
Of course, I knew that Kurusu wouldn't tell me this as a joke. And I'd seen how Serika had acted a moment ago. Serika had intended to kill Kurusu. But if all that was true, then that means it's my fault, doesn't it? Yui's death. All the deaths. Even the fact that Serica had killed them. It's all my fault then, right?
Takuru...
I felt something soft surround me as I knelt on the ground.
No, Takuru.
Kurusu?
Don't think of it like that. Don't blame yourself.
There was a gentle smell, like old memories. Kurusu's smell.
How could you have known that this would happen because of you?
But
You just thought something during the earthquake. She read your mind and did all that without ever asking you. That's all there is to it.
like, she read your... You're forgetting the main part, that maybe Kurusu doesn't know that we created Serica. She read your mind and did what you wanted, and then like, yeah, but did she not know that Serica is a figment of my imagination? You know what I'm saying?
So it's not your fault. I know that Yui doesn't blame you either.
Her words were as soft as a whisper, but they were strong. We lost both our best friends, because like Serica's a murderer and she made our other friend a murderer against his will, it said. I have to apologize to you too.
Apologize?
You were right. When you told me not to get involved in the case, I should have listened. The killer wasn't Senri Minamisawa, but I said all those things about your friend. I hurt you.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
It's not okay. Thanks. Kurusu held me close until I was able to think clearly again.
You okay now?
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't anything close to okay, but I couldn't sit up here on the roof forever. I stood up and looked around. The whole place was quiet, as if the battle had never happened. My dye sort of disappeared, too. Kurusu, can I ask one more thing?
Huh?
How come you never told me? She must have known what I was going to say before I asked. Her face twisted in sorrow. But I had to ask. That you were a gigalomaniac?
Well,
She looked down a little, and when she looked up again, there was something like resolve in her eyes.
it's not the kind of thing that you want to tell people. It would upset everyone, and you too.
It would upset everyone? What was her power? It won't upset me. I'm a gigalomaniac too. Will you tell me what your power is?
Do I really have to?
We still don't know what's going to happen. I want to know as much as I can. Kurusu hesitated for a moment, but finally spoke.
My power is the same as Artimura's.
The same as Artimura's? Well, that's lame. You don't even get your own unique power, but...
Yeah, I can tell when someone's telling the truth or lying. That's why I first thought something was wrong with Serica.
I see.
But remember what Artimura said, it's not that great.
I don't remember...
You never really want to know when someone's lying to you, and if people knew I had this power, they'd avoid me.
I remembered that Artimura had been reluctant to show off her power, too. It was probably better not to know what people were really thinking when they spoke, and she probably wouldn't want people avoiding her. So, like, you know when they're lying or telling the truth, and that's like, it's almost, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like even Serica, she can read minds. But Serica knows exactly what you're thinking. Artimura and Kurusu are like, yeah, that's not true. You don't know what the truth is, unless someone's telling you, like, it's black, and you're like, no, it's white, you're lying. You know what I mean? But if they're like, no, I don't think you're weird, and you're like, that's kind of a lie. But, like, you don't know exactly what they're thinking. You just know that they're like, it's a little weird, but, like, it doesn't bother me, and, like, I still think you're a cool person. You know what I mean? But you just hear them say, it's not weird. Like, a little white lie that's just like, I'm just going to phrase this in a way to kind of protect your feelings a little bit. You're still like, you're a liar. And you're like, you know what I mean? Like, there's blatant outright lying, and then there is the, like, let me just try to say something nicer, but you may be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it'd be worse to be Serica and know exactly what people are thinking. People are like, my God, she's like a fucking freak. They're like, oh, hey, good to see you, Serica. And she's like, if she doesn't know what you're thinking, she's like, that's a lie. It's not good to see me. But like, why are you lying? Because you just didn't want to see me right now, or you hate me? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know exactly what people are thinking, it just drives you crazy. You're like, it's not good to see me. Are you just in a bad mood? Do you hate me? What's the deal? And then, where Serica's like, oh, you hate me. I can read your thoughts. It's like, which one's worse? I feel like being able to read everyone's every thought would be like fucking annoying. You'd be like, oh, I hate this. But also just that vague truth and lies could drive you insane, because then you're like, why weren't they telling the truth though? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like they're lying, they're smiling at you, but they're like, oh, I don't want to talk to you right now. Doesn't mean I hate you. It just means I don't want to talk to you right now. But I'm not going to be like, I don't want to talk to you right now, because it's rude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
My power's not as precise as Arimura's, though. It's about 60% accurate, I guess.
That finally explains something. Why Serica had called Kurusu a fake. She must have been saying that she just had a bootleg copy of Arimura's power. Bootleg, an illegally made and often inferior copy of an existing product. Wow. You're an inferior copy.
Hey, Takuru. What do we do now?
What could we do now that we knew the truth? Now that we'd lost Yui, Ito, and even Serica? To be honest, my head was a mess and I couldn't think straight. We tell the cops. We tell Shinjo. But there was one thing I could say. That was... we need to do something about Onoe. I couldn't let her kill anyone else. If everything that had happened so far was the result of my wish, then we had to end it here. If Serica's plan was going to continue, the next murder would happen on November 4th. Today. And her target was probably Nono Kurusu, the girl who knew too much. I had to protect Kurusu no matter what. I couldn't let Serica commit any more crimes either. A faint vibration pulled me out from the sea of sleep. Who the hell could be calling at this hour? Wait, what time was it? And where was I? I remembered everything and was instantly fully awake. If Serica was going to attack Kurusu, it would be on November 4th. I'd stayed over in Kurusu's room last night to keep her safe. I don't know if she really necessarily needs that, but Dad was away tonight of all nights, in some conference or meeting or something. Well, it was up to me to keep Kurusu safe, but at some point I'd fallen asleep. It's kind of good that your dad's away, but he's probably not really away because we know he's evil, so. Wait, where is Kurusu? I leapt up and looked at the bed, but she wasn't there. She's calling. Where did she go? No way.
Tiptoe. I'm just going to the bathroom.
Fully dressed. Just before I raced out of the room to go look, I caught a glimpse of my smartphone screen. The phone was still vibrating. Kunasato? It was rare for her to call me. What had happened? I grabbed the phone with a shaking hand, afraid for what I was about to hear. Hello? My voice was hoarse since I'd just woken up. You were asleep, huh? I guess you're taking it easy. She was as rude as ever. Forget that. What's going on? Why are you calling me? Sorry, I don't have time to go over the details. I'll just tell you what I need. You know what yesterday, November 4th was? My heart started to beat faster. The DQN puzzle? That's right. Just like we expected, there's been a new death. It wasn't Kurusu, was it? My heart felt like it was about to stop. But when she told me the victim's name, it was someone I never expected, our dad. A body was found brutally murdered late last night on November 4th. An examination of belongings and other things revealed that the victim's name was... Wataru Sakuma, the owner of the children's welfare facility, Aoba Dorm. I told you it was going to be our dad. Serica got pissed and killed him. What? I felt a shock, like someone had pounded a nail into the center of my brain. That's how you tell us our dad is dead, Kunasato? My ears began to ring and everything started to feel unreal. Dad had been killed? I prayed that this was some kind of nightmare. I mean, the thing is like, for right this second, you're like, I kind of feel sad for them. But at the same time, we know that he's evil, so you're like, but I don't feel bad. But like in this reality right now, they don't know that their father had anything to do with this. So it's traumatic and sad for them. But like, what would be worse? Like, oh my God, Sarah killed Dad. Why? Or like, Dad was evil and was trying to kill us, and he had Yui killed. Huh. I mean, which one's worse? Because they're both equally bad, but like, is it worse to be like, oh my God, we lost our dad, and it's horrible, heartbreaking because your friend murdered your dad? Or knowing that your dad was actually psychotic and wanted you dead? I don't know, you know? I kind of feel like knowing the truth would be worse. You know what I mean? Because at least now you're like, oh no, I'm so sad, and your dad died, but you have these happy memories of him instead of the trauma. So, I mean, you still have trauma, but not the same. You know, I prayed that this was some kind of nightmare, but I didn't even have the right to escape into my delusions. Dad, when? Oh, you're not gonna ask if I'm telling the truth? Huh? Normally you'd be a little more suspicious, or had you already suspected the possibility? No, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you the details. But please do. The time of death was between 10:30 and 11:30 p.m. on November 4th. The cause of death was a severing of the carotid artery with a sharp blade. There was only one strike, but it was fatal. There were no signs of resistance or struggle, but the blade came from the front. There are 3 possibilities here. The first is that the victim and killer knew each other. The second is that the killer set an ambush and caught him off guard. And the third is a combination of the two. We should be like, it was Serica. Kunisato's tone was calm and level. She was like a doctor telling a patient the results of an exam. But to be honest, I preferred it that way. Yeah, Shinjo would be looking at us with the sad eyes. We wouldn't be able to handle that. But her, she's like, yeah, your dad's dead. Somebody murdered him. Get over it. What? And that's all I know. The police will be contacting you eventually. If you figure out anything, call me. Once she was done talking, she hung up. Maybe you should have told her it was Serica. But I kept the phone pressed against my ear, barely aware of what I was doing. Dad had been killed. It didn't feel real hearing the words. But just like Kunisato had said, there was no point in her lying. And if she was telling the truth, the murderer was probably, no, definitely, Serica. But why would Serica kill Dad? Because she needed to finish the string of killings? Of course, that was probably part of it. But why Dad? Had she gone after Dad since I was keeping her from getting to Kurusu? No. No. Now's not the time to be thinking about that. Dad was murdered. And I was the reason. Well, in this case, yes, but also no. She killed him, you're the reason, but he's also her partner. Now she's like, fuck you, and she killed... So, I mean... I killed Yui, and I killed Dad. Okay, so now this is the time where maybe you're like, maybe you should find out that your dad was evil, because then you won't feel guilty about it. Like, that's right. What about Kurusu? Okay, we're going to find her. She's going to be in the kitchen. But since we're about at time, I'm going to stop it here before we go too far. And then we'll find that she's out here making breakfast and everything's all peachy dandy. And then we're going to have to tell her dad's dead. Yeah. And then I wonder if the truth is going to come out in this route, or we're going to think like, she killed our dad. Oh my God. And we're going to be guilt-stricken forever. I mean, we're going to be guilt-stricken forever either way, because we think all these people died because Serica did it for us. So we're feeling the guilt of that, even though it's not our fault, but you're still going to feel the weight of that. But then it's like, is it better to think that, oh my God, Serica did this for us and she killed our dad and it's our fault he's dead? Or like, well, our dad is dead and then every memory we have is wrong because he wanted me to die and he was part of it? Like, fuck! Either way, we're like, Jesus Christ, we're going to need a lot of therapy. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.